I've been using the Canon R8 for a while now, and I've come up with some hacks that help the minor flaws that come with this camera. If you got an R8 or you plan on getting one, these hacks might help you. Let's get out of New York, let's go back to Georgia, and let me show you these hacks. You can shoot in 1080p to prevent the camera from overheating. The 1080p coming out of the Canon R8 is downsampled from its full 6K sensor, so the 1080p quality is gonna look better than your average 1080p footage. I bet you couldn't even tell a difference from the 4K footage previous to this clip. When it's hot outside like it is today here in Georgia, or the Canon R8 has been running for a long time in 4K footage, it can potentially overheat. Not always does it overheat, but if you want to avoid that, you can simply put it into 1080p and get great footage still. This is just a simple hack that I use when it's really hot outside or I know I'm going to be shooting for a long time. Last summer I was out in Arizona with my boy. He was shooting a music video and I was just helping document it, and I shot everything in 1080p and C-Log3 on the Canon R8, and I never once got the overheating bar. So, an EF to RF adapter will save you money. If you already have EF lenses and you came from a DSLR Canon camera, then you can easily get the EF to RF adapter and mount those lenses to your camera, and you won't have to update to RF glass. Anyway, there's lots of third-party options. If you still have EF glass, you can connect it to the RF mount and use it on this camera. So having that EF to RF adapter is pretty dope.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, man. I got it done.
What are you doing, brother? What are you doing? I'm Scott.
I personally love using the EF to RF mount myself because I have so many EF mount pieces of glass, including this one. This is the Canon 17 to 40mm f-stop 4L red ring lens. It's so versatile. I can vlog with it, I can do videos like this with it, and I don't have to worry about buying another piece of expensive RF glass. I just simply bought 2 of these EF to RF adapters and it's great. Okay, the next hack that I have for the R8 is diversifying your power sources. Me personally, I have 2 batteries, so when I'm using one, when it goes dead, I just swap it out with the fresh one from the charger, put it on charger, let it charge while I use that one, and typically this works for me. You also have the option of getting a third-party power grip where you can put 2 batteries in and lock it into the R8, and you'll have even more grip on your camera. This is a cool option. I don't know if Canon makes their own, but there are third-party power grips, and when you use these, it gives you more power essentially, and you could probably buy just 4 batteries, use 2 at a time inside of the power grip. Last but not least, you can get you a V-Lock battery, and this will power the R8 all day. It'll last for a really long time, and you can mount it to some type of cage from small rig on the R8. You can even put it on rails and make it into its own little rig. Me personally, I just use the 2 battery swap out, and then I'm thinking about trying out one of the battery grips for the R8 next. All right, my next hack for the Canon R8 is to simply cut your camera on airplane mode. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I know that if you cut off the Wi-Fi on your camera, it's gonna stop a little bit of the power pool from your battery, so you'll be able to save your battery, being that the Canon R8 does have a short battery life with its tiny little batteries. So go into your camera, into the Wi-Fi settings, and cut on airplane mode, and it will help your battery last longer. Speaking of which, I need to swap out the battery in my Canon R8 right now, and I need to hop back on my Riker and get up the mountain. I'm excited. Let's talk about the last one at the next spot. Last but not least, my favorite hack on the Canon R8 is customizing the buttons. This drastically helps my workflow when I'm shooting photos and video on the Canon R8. I'm gonna take you back to the office and show you the buttons that I customize on my R8 to make it like extremely efficient. Okay, here are my custom buttons. The MFN button on top of my camera on photo and video is set to just ISO instead of other settings. I want it to be only the ISO just for quickness. This autofocus on button is set to different things for photo and video. For photo mode, it's set to one-shot autofocus to servo autofocus, so I can click it one time while I'm taking photos to make it continuously autofocus, or I can click it again to make it focus one time and stay there no matter where I move the camera. On video mode, if I click this, I have it where it rotates through eye detection, so I can cut it on right eye, left eye, both eyes automatically, or no eyes at all and only face detection. This helps me in low light situations where the autofocus may not be able to find the eye. This star button right here for photo photo and video is set to recenter autofocus point. A lot of times I use 1-point autofocusing, so I will maybe have my focus somewhere on the left side of the screen, and I just click the star button and it'll recenter it for me. I have the up button on this directional pad to zoom, so I can quickly just click up and it'll zoom in so I can check my focus, and that's for video and photo. I love that being so quick and right there. The left button on the directional pad is different for photo and video. For photo, I have it where I can change the crop aspect ratio. So if I want to do a quick punch in 1.6 times zoom and take a photo at a closer crop using whatever lens I'm using, I can do that. While in video mode, I have it set to servo autofocus, so I can just focus on the point that I want, click that button real quick, and it will lock that focus, and I can shoot a shot without worrying about my focusing breathing. The right button set in photo is not determined yet. I still am working on that, but the right button on the directional pad for video is set to false color, so I can be in video mode, I can push the right button, and I can see what is blown out in the highlights and what is crushed in the blacks, and then quickly go back, and then I know that my shot is exposed. I love that. And last but not least, my other shortcut for the down button on the directional pad, both in photo and video, is set to switch between viewfinder and screen. So I can easily push this and it'll switch to my viewfinder, push it again, it'll come back to my screen. Instead of doing auto, because it's very sensitive, I like to just have it where I can control it quickly on the down pad or the D-pad. Those are my custom buttons for right now, and they're subject to change because I might find better ways on how I can utilize them. The Canon R8, I'm in New York City right now. I had to drop that intro part so that I could move on and get this video knocked out, because I'm about to be on the train for a while. I got a couple things to edit. I love taking the train so that I can edit and just chill and take a break from the fast life. Make sure my bag's here. I'm still in New York, so let me be careful out here. But I had to set up a little frame right here just with this. It's super misty and foggy above, and it looks dope, but I'm about to miss my train. Had to get that intro shot off though. All right, let's go back to Georgia again. You know what's crazy? I hate that I have to leave out of Atlanta because every single parking lot in Buckhead or pretty much around Atlanta has security that tells you that you can't film there because you gotta have a permit. Why does every freaking place in Atlanta need a permit? Why do I need to have a permit in the parking lot anywhere I go? Why? I'm just making YouTube videos, bro. Let me cook, bro. Let's stop and give me some gas real quick. I love this, bro. I love my Can-Am Riker. This is making me want to explore the entire state of Georgia. If you know me, you know I'm not from Georgia. I'm from Virginia. I've been living in Atlanta for 10 years now. In February, it made 10 years. I've been in Atlanta for a decade. I do miss Virginia sometimes, and a part of the reason that I miss Virginia sometimes is because of the mountains and the slow pace. So I like to drive up here to North Georgia. But this thing right here, this Riker, really allows me to go ride and feel free, yo. This isn't an ad, by the way. This is just me talking in the vlog because I love it. I love doing this. There's somebody else riding. There's a bunch of people riding today. Everybody's like throwing the peace signs up. I bet y'all wondering when I was gonna take a bite out of that rice cake. All right, I just got these shots done real quick. I'm out here in Jasper, Georgia. Yeah, but I wanted to jump on the camera real quick because this video is kind of inspired by my boy YC Imaging. If you're not familiar, I'll leave a link down to his YouTube. You're probably already familiar, probably already know who he is. And for those of you who are OGs on this channel, you definitely know that's my brother. But I just wanted to drop a quick shout out because this type of video is the type of videos that he's making, and it's inspired by that. Obviously, he's like my best friend, so he's always coming up with new crafty ways to present videos. Even from the beginning, obviously we've bounced ideas off of each other, but even from the beginning, he's always had creative ideas. And I gotta show love to my bro, man, and let people know like where this is coming from. But I think it's important to definitely shout out the people that you get inspired by or people that you pull ideas from and so forth. YC's always been a pioneer in this game for YouTube or music videos for me, so I wish my bro was down here. I know if you watch this, bro, thank you for the ideas. Gotta move on to the next location. The sun's going down and I still want to kind of ride up on Route 2, I think it is, up to this little hike or whatever. That was funny. I got a little conversation in with my man Scott and his wife, man. They're from Florida and they live here in LJ. And they were complaining about Atlanta traffic. And I was saying like, Now I'm trying to get this shot. Ironically, here on this Sunday, everybody's coming through this little street where I was trying to get this shot. That's funny. Good man. He said it was his birthday today, 55. Happy birthday. If you ever see this video, Scott, happy birthday, man. Man, I like little small towns, man. I love these little DJI mini mics. They're so clean. It just looks good. It blends in on my black shirt. All right, let's get the shot. I felt like I should jump in here at the end and kind of give a little bit more BTS. I was kind of just yapping and vlogging and just having fun at the end. But this entire video was shot with the Canon R8. Obviously, that's what I'm talking about, the hacks for the R8. And the lens that I used majority of the time was a Canon 17 to 40 millimeter f4. It's not the sharpest lens in the world, but it is also a Canon red ring lens, so it was extremely good in my opinion, even when I shot with the 1080p. And then the beginning, the stuff in New York, I was shooting with my 16 millimeter RF little STM lens, same lens that I'm shooting with right here, which is extremely crispy still. I love it because it's so small and easy to vlog with. In the majority of these shots, I was just trying to compose nice shots, get really nice symmetrical shots, whether it was in the center or in the thirds. For the most part, I did that. I had no plan, kind of just went out with the topics that I wanted to talk about. Just frame myself up in cool places. My favorite shot probably of this was the Coca-Cola wall in LJ. I put my head in the middle of the bottom thirds line, and I thought it looked really good. Just a huge scene with a red wall, and it's like the lines are nice, it's massive. I pop off of it because it's a red wall and I got an all black on, so I kind of pop up against the red wall. But that's pretty much everything as far as behind the scenes, kinda. I could go deeper in depth, and maybe I will in future videos if y'all enjoyed this. So let me know if y'all enjoyed this. Yeah, I hope these hacks help you for the R8. Alright, this is what you call super dead. The roads are like empty out here. I'm in Chatsworth, Georgia. I've been out here kicking it. Still got this joint rolling, R8 low light. Another little hack, if you want to get the best quality low light out of your R8, get a lens that drops to the lowest aperture. I got this at 1.4 right now. This is a Sigma 24 millimeter f1.4. Can keep my ISO super low. This town is crazy, like dead. This is tight. Up there on the mountain was sick. I gotta get back to Atlanta though. Yo, it's been a dope day. I had to let y'all know that I did not drive all the way back to Atlanta. I actually pulled up here to this hotel. It's called the Carpentry Hotel, I believe. It's in Dalton, Georgia. I freaking love this hotel. I wanna keep freaking vlogging because this shot is just so cool right now.